What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be reviewing the soon-to-release METE MC9 Prime. Let's get right into it. So we're going to go over a disclaimer first. If you want to skip to the juicy details, skip to here. And if you want to go straight to on the range, skip to here. Canik reached out to us about a month ago asking us if we wanted to review the new MC9 Prime. Obviously, we emailed them as quick as possible because this was a pretty big hype during SHOT Show 2025. And honestly, I was very curious to see how it would run compared to the regular MC9, the L, and the LS. Canik did send this out for free. There was no money involved. We're going to give an honest opinion, and we're just going to tell you the things that we like and we don't like, and if it's worth picking up on release. With that out of the way, we're going to get started. So right off the bat, you're probably seeing this little red dot up on top. This is the O-Sight S. Obviously, the MC9 Prime is fit for RMSC footprint. So any of your like EPS carries, 4SM-K, O-Sight S will fit on this guy, alongside Canik's own optics, which I will put those on the screen right here. Right off the bat, this thing feels amazing. Three biggest things that we're going to be talking about throughout the video, even on the range, is the grip, the trigger, and the ports. The grip on this guy is very, very nice. So it's all the way from the base of the grip to the top of the frame. Definitely a lot more aggressive than I'm used to, almost getting to a Smith & Wesson style grip. Texturing on the front, the sides, and the rear. Also on the grip is this flared magwell. Now it's more of an EDC style flared magwell, not really a competition style one, so you can still everyday carry this guy while getting those fast reloads in. Speaking about reloads, you're not gonna have to reload too often because you have 17 rounds. And it comes with 2 of these mags. That 17 round number is kind of competing against the X Macro, which is also a very, very strong contender against this guy. Might have to do a comparison in the future. Going on to the trigger, this thing is very, very nice, especially just right out of the box. If you're familiar with the Rival, the TTI, anything like that, you'll be very familiar with this trigger right here. Trigger pull, wall, very crisp. And then here's the reset, the part that everyone likes. It's got an ambi slide release, slide lock, whatever you want to call it. So for you lefties out there, you'll be able to drop the slide just fine. If you're going to run an optic, it doesn't really matter, but the irons on this guy are extremely, extremely nice. Tritium night sights, honestly, they glow pretty bright at night compared to some of the other tritiums I've seen. That is a nice little add-on and something I do appreciate. You have your round indicator at the top, which is also a nice little thing. In the middle of the night, you can just feel it. Okay, it's loaded. Now you're ready to go. You know you're hot. And then alongside that, you have your striker indicator at the back as well. Or you can just do the old trusty maneuver of doing a press check, which is very easy because you have these very nice serrations all over the slide. Very aggressive, but they don't tear up your hands. It's like that perfect balance. Got your Picatinny rail up at the front. You can run a light, you can run a laser, whatever you want to run. And now the part everyone wants to see. The ports. If you're familiar with the Shield Plus Performance Center, not the carry comp one, the older one that has just those 2 baby ports. Let's say, I think I have one. See how it has those 2 little ports right there, and then they go out of the ports on the slide? Well, we got a very similar thing going on with the MC9 Prime. Obviously, there is a third one up on the top, so it makes it a little bit different. Tri-mini port design, which is very, very nice. Now, how does it mitigate the recoil? Well, we'll talk about that more on the range. In my personal opinion, I don't think it makes you John Wick or anything, but it is nice to have those ports. Just one thing to note, from here to about right here, there is no rifling in the barrel. So you're losing a bit of rifling, but you're gaining a little bit more recoil control. Another thing is the barrel is actually fluted as well from here on back. And when you drop the slide, it actually shows Prime right here. You also get this really nice G-code holster. I'm not really the biggest fan of their holsters from like the TP9, the regular MC9, it's kind of not the move. But with this guy, I actually have been running it for a few days with this holster, and I will go ahead and tell you, it's pretty daggum nice in my personal opinion. Now, it's nothing in comparison to my QVO tactical holster, but the fact that you just essentially get it for free right out of the box and you don't have to go buy one, I like it. Now we're going to talk about the little goodie box that you get with it as well. If you're familiar with any sort of Caniks, which most people should be by now, you get obviously the holster like I just showed you, and then a whole bunch of other little things. But with special firearms like this, you get a little bit more. Open it up, you're met with the Prime logo right here, which is makes you feel special. Also, you get 2 guns for the price of 1. This holds your accessories. This also counts as your tool. Different back straps right here. Now just note, one of those back straps makes it to where you can't run the flared magwells. If you want to change your back straps up, but you also want to keep the flared magwell, just want to look into that. The paperwork, your manual and everything, no one wants to read that. So that's where your gun and your holster go, alongside your extra mag, your speed loader, your lock. But as you can see, there's 2 little holes on the side. And if you lift this piece up and out, you have even more goodies. Wow, I'm getting blown out. This is where your OWB paddle is, so you can switch out the holster to run OWB. You get your punch and your little cleaning kit right here. So it's just kind of hidden underneath everything else. The case itself is really nice. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the TTI case, like the really big one. They just kind of and just like miniaturized it, and then boom, you get this. Before we head to the range, I'm just gonna give my thoughts on the Mc9 Prime. I think it's a great little firearm. It feels great in the hand. I really like aggressive texturing, that's just me, and I think they nailed it with the grip texture. The trigger, I don't really have to say much there. I love the trigger on the Rival and the TTI. So bringing that style trigger to the Mc9 platform, beautiful. We're gonna do a full review of the O-Sight S later on. So far it's doing pretty good. Now we'll just note this real quick. When we go to shoot on the range, we don't have the O-Sight S on there. We just have the stock firearm. We're just using the iron sights. I kind of touched on it before, but the port design I think it's a great concept. I love ports. Pretty much all my EDCs are all ported. However, I think it is a bit overhyped just because shooting it on the range, yes, you do feel a little bit less felt recoil, a little bit less muzzle rise, but overall it is 9mm. Don't expect complete recoil deletion. That is not the case. The recoil is still there. Really the main thing I would focus on is trying to get back on target the quickest, which the ports do help in that aspect. Okay, enough talk. You don't want to hear me rambling. Let's get to the range. All right, so we got the Mc9 Prime on the range. We have some Blazer 115 FMJs that we're gonna run through there, and then we have some hollow points, 115 grain by Blazer as well. So let's get right to it. Got 115 FMJs. Blazer for about 20 yards, so let's see how she is. Ooh, wow. I will say she is pretty loud with those ports because, well, sound is gonna be sound. That magazine release is like sticking a little. I think it will unstick itself as we shoot it more, but that is just one thing I am noting. Just kind of, it's like, I don't know. That's just one thing I kind of noticed when I first picked it up. But other than that, it shoots amazing. I had an opportunity to shoot it at Palmetto State Armory's The Gathering, a couple rounds, and I was like, holy smokes, I cannot wait to get to the range with this thing. We're gonna load her back up and see what she can do. Yeah, with that trigger, you can kind of get those split times down pretty nicely. And the sights, man, the sights are really nice. Especially at night, I've noticed that the tritium sights glow like very well. These are really nice sights. We've tested these before. These are Blazer's 115 grain hollow points, very cheap. A box is like 22, 25 bucks, which is insane, for 50, which is amazing. Forgot to mention this before, but these are our first shots, period. So we've never shot this thing at all. What we're doing on the range is the first time getting it out and actually shooting it. This is what they look like. Now we're gonna see if they cycle. 115 hollows, Blazer. See how she runs. Runs like a charm. I'm actually happy about that because I have a whole bunch of those little hollow points, and just for like a backup mag, I don't have it with me right now, but my backup everyday carry mag for the macro, it has those guys in it. Just for it's cheap, I can shoot them when whenever I want to, and it's not going to kill the bank. So we're gonna load her back up, have Skylar shoot her, see what he thinks about it. Take a look at those glasses. Wow, look at that. Skylar's got an upgrade.
Yeah, I got, never mind, I won't say that. I think this is actually for the videos. That song Surfer Girl by the Beach Boys, that's what I was doing. I was just surfing right into the target, because when we tested this at Palmetto's, State Gathering, that was awesome, except I missed almost every shot except for the last one. So yeah, I just mag dumped that, and I feel like a big man now. Oh, did you catch that on camera? Hell yeah. All right, I did at least hit one or two of the small target. But see, we got Fat Boys R Us down there on the right with the really poorly hung target. Anyway, actually hit a few good shots there. I'm very proud of myself. Yes! Reason why I'm so giddy about me hitting things, guys, because the last booth we went to at the PSA gathering was the Springfield, shooting one of my favorite guns, which was the Springfield XDM Elite, except it was in 10mm. And I missed literally every single shot, even though I shot the exact same gun the year before. And I hit almost every shot. Oh!
I'm stripping on the range, guys. We have the G-code holster. G-code holster. My Asian actually came out there for a little bit. The G-code, not G-spot, but the G-code holster. I know this is a little silly because my shirt's tucked underneath, but you get the point. That was a horrible grip. Holy smoky mokies.
Bye, have a great time.
I think it runs pretty well. So apparently there's hurricane winds out today, which is insane. Oh my gosh, he's stealing my purse. Wait, pause. Reload. Boop. See, that's what I mean. That is our first impressions, our first shots of the MC9 Prime by Canik. This thing is truly amazing and something I'm really excited to be testing on the channel. Thank you again, Canik, for sending it out. We really do appreciate this. Time will tell as we shoot, getting past 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 rounds, which again, we will keep you guys updated. So hit that bell notification so you are updated when we do those updates. Wow. Also, if you haven't already, go check out our Instagram. Again, link will be in the description down below so you can kill 2 birds with 1 shot. Basically where all our socials are at on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and also the links that we have on that page. We have some products on there that we've tested on the channel so you can watch the videos on there, and products that we've trusted with our own lives. When you buy something on there, we get a little portion of it. It just supports the channel, allows us to do what we do. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. We know we did. And like always, we'll see you in the next one.